Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
From Hollywood Unlocked, Jason Lee.
What's good?
Hey, listen, man. Thank you for all the support Hollywood Unlocked shows, the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, man. I feel, there's certain times when you feel like you're making it and like to get here, this is validation because this is where the culture lives. So I appreciate being here.
And we like your hoodie. Well, I like your hoodie.
Well, Andy
Charlamagne
King
loves the hoodie.
Andy King is one of my heroes, man. When this video came out, I called my staff. I had an emergency meeting. I said, this is the epitome of hard work and dedication. And I felt like, I didn't know what it was going to take to get my interview, but I'm here.
Wow.
Wow.
What are you implying, Jason?
I'm
Don't
a
y'all
team-
know Hollywood Unlocked room is up here
I'm
now.
a team player.
Okay.
Let's get the job done.
Charlamagne is the one that co-signed this interview, so
I've been knowing Jason for a while, though. Me and Jason,
is this
me
a
and Jason, we
confession?
did a radio show together, like.
Is
Right
this a
before-
confession?
No. Charlamagne is the homie. First of all, I know there are a lot of gay people in the industry. Charlamagne ain't one of them. I know I got a list.
You said Charlamagne is one of them?
He's not one of them.
Oh, okay.
I would stop
You
that.
hear what you want to hear.
I know, I do,
it's
I do.
okay to be my friend. I got straight friends. But no, we did a radio test, this show called The Funeral.
The
It was
Funeral.
Me, you, Claudia Jordan, and Little Mo, and we interviewed Raz B.
That was bad.
It sounds bad.
No, it was bad.
No, I mean, because I was very intimidated because Charlamagne is one of my heroes. He is fearless. He's important to the culture because he says whatever he thinks, whatever he feels, and it's very scary for some people.
Yeah,
I was intimidated in that interview with him, so I didn't really know how to start the interview. So I look at Charlamagne and I go, "So how do we start this?" And he said, "I think you said, what did you say, Raz?" He said something really inappropriate to Raz. He says,
What else is new? What'd he say?
What did he say to him? He said,
Something about blood.
No, he ended the interview by saying, well, tonight's Halloween. You've inspired a lot of costumes, so I'm going to go get a white sheet and some red paint and go as your anus. I was like, wow. It was really
I was a
bad.
different guy back then, y'all.
My
Okay?
goodness. Thank God you got a therapist now. Now, how did you get in the game?
You know what? I've been around for a little bit. And I've seen a lot of friends who've had stories written about them, and a lot of stories weren't true. So I said, well, let me go ahead and start something that can still give the fans what they want, but at least, be a fair playing ground for celebrities. So Hollywood Unlocked was a concept that I came up with a few years ago. And I launched and used Love and Hip Hop as a springboard to kind of put it out there, and then it just kind of grew.
What was your biggest story that got the most people watching and most people looking at your site?
I feel like that's starting to happen now.
Nah, it was before that.
Yeah, I mean,
Now the Jordan Wood stuff, but before that. What got
I
people...
think one of them that definitely got a lot of international pickup was the Khalees story about her relationship with Nas, where she talked about them having an abusive
We
relationship.
talked about that here.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. Yeah, so we've had my first. We launched a podcast called Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. I interviewed Matt Barnes. He came on and talked about the fight with Derek
Fisher
for the first time. So. That was a big one. That was the first time we trended, but we've been having some pretty good luck out there.
What made you want to do blogging per se?
I mean, I never wanted to be a blogger. I mean, like a Perez Hilton, and that's all. You mean that where they put their name and their face. And I wanted to build a media company or entertainment site that allowed me to interview friends, be able to create branded content, and to make my own money and be my own boss. So I mean, that's really why I wanted to do it. I wanted to create something in the space that I felt like it just didn't exist. And also I think like there's some social media blogs where their whole life exists on social media. We wanted to be able to touch the people. So having a radio show, create content, and that's really why I did what I did.
And Floyd was one of your early investors, right?
Well, no, he's one of our biggest supporters and sponsors with the show. So Floyd put a lot of money behind the show. We had interviewed him, and he came and did a 6-hour interview. And after that, he just really got behind us. And I think for me, what I really appreciate about is, Floyd gets a lot of criticism for a lot of different things, but it takes a lot of courage to get behind somebody like me who's writing the stories that I write, and he didn't have a problem with that.
Now, the Jordan Wood story, Jordan Woods, Tristan Thompson, you were the first person to break it. You were the first person to tell the story.
Yeah.
Now, how did you know so much information? I know you said one of your writers were there.
Yeah, so I was actually getting in the shower, heading to a meeting, and one of my writers called, and she said, And I have writers, that just come straight out of college. Young girls or young guys who want to get in the industry. They start out as interns, and then they
Interns are cheap labor.
Well, I mean, listen, I think
You got to start somewhere.
You got to start somewhere, and I think that the younger generation now don't understand hard work and really putting in the work and proving yourself, you know? And so I had, early on when I started, we didn't have no money, so we believed in that culture because we said we're going to have interns who actually grow with the company. But she called and she just said, Tristan Thompson's a dog. I said, well, I'm going to get in the shower. What's up? What you mean by that? She said, well, he's still cheating on Chloe. And I said, well, how do you know? And she said, I was at this party, and Jordan Woods was all over him, and he was all over her. And I said, wait, Jordan Woods, Kylie, the sister's best friend? I mean, I'm confused. So once she told me the story, I just started, hold on to it. Let me reach out, have some conversations, and then once I confirmed that it was true, then we ran it.
How do you confirm stories?
Yeah, who would you reach out to?
So I called Larsa Pippen. And I said, hey,
Was that Scotty's ex-wife?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, hey, heads up, I got some information on Chloe that this is going to come out, with Jordan Woods, whatever. And so she called Kim and Courtney and Chloe, had a conversation with them, and Chloe called Jordan and confronted her, and Jordan admitted it. So the crazy part of it all was that morning, Jordan had called Chloe to say, hey, I was at your man's house last night, making sure, I ended up there at a party, making sure none of the girls messed around with him or whatever. Like, she was like the police.
She was acting like she was the police.
She had already told Chloe that story that morning. So when Chloe called her back, she was like, wait a minute, I just got a call and then I guess the girl admitted it. And so once Chloe confirmed it, then we ran it.
I thought you had your own relationship with the Kardashians. I feel like I saw you at their house or something one night.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a direct relationship with Chloe until recent, but I mean, Chris and Rob have been the people that I've known since about 2010. But, very rarely, like, even if stories pop up on you, I don't call people unless I know, like, okay, I don't want it to be awkward. I don't like to call people and have awkward conversations because there's some people that they'll try to talk you out of writing a story, and it's really hard to have that balance sometimes.
Yeah, because you got a job to do.
I got a job to do.
Yeah.
I learned from you. Be fearless. I'm not as fearless as you. I'm learning.
Now, what about have celebrities tried to pay you not to run a story?
Yeah, I mean, that happens. There's one or two things that happen. Somebody offers you money or somebody calls you and threatens you. I mean, but
I'm sure both of us happen. I see security over here with you, so I'm sure that's happened once or twice.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, what's crazy is as I started writing the stories, there was a pivotal moment where I said, okay, I have to either be loyal to these friendships or be loyal to my job. And what I've learned in Hollywood is it's very transactional. These are not your friends. Yeah. I learned a long time ago when people get close to me, especially now, that you getting close to me somehow in your mind just translates this false sense of loyalty where I can't write or do anything that may make you upset. So I have very few friends, but I've gotten threats. I've had people offer me money, but we don't take money. We don't get paid.
What's the largest amount you got offered?
The largest amount I've gotten offered, 20,000 was the last one. I've been offered 30,000. I mean, nothing crazy. If somebody come and Brinks truck pull up, we might have to change the policy. We might have a different
conversation.
But it is a weird space, though. You know what I'm saying? Because like Floyd Mayweather is actually your friend.
Yeah.
It looked like Cardi is actually your friend.
Yeah.
So it's just like you would have a little bias towards them.
No, because let's unpack that a little bit. So when it comes to Floyd, that whole thing that went out about wearing Gucci. I felt some type of way yesterday with Nipsey Hussle being killed because Nipsey really embodies L.A. and the culture.
Absolutely.
And when I said walking the talk, representing getting out coming from the dirt, getting out the hood, going back and giving to the hood, being a stand-up guy, everybody respects him. By the way, I think he's getting a lot more love today on social media than he did when he was alive from a lot of people.
That's how it always is.
Which is crazy because when the whole Gucci thing happened, I said, I have a lot of Gucci. And actually, I wore Gucci shoes to the Rock Nation brunch because I'm not going to let rappers tell me what I can or cannot wear. Now, I know from the outside, it's easy to judge somebody like a Floyd and say, well, he doesn't do enough for the community, this and that. One thing people don't know is that he does do a lot, but he won't ever allow it to be publicized because he feels like people will then say, oh, you're only doing it because people say you don't do it, or you're only doing it because you want press, and he really doesn't care about that stuff. And I feel like when that whole Gucci thing happened, it was really interesting. A lot of the celebrities that were posting don't wear Gucci. I think T.I.
can't afford Gucci.
T.I. had a song called Fuck Nigga with Floyd's face on it. I mean, you literally aligned yourself with the master or the man or the enemy to took a shot at somebody who's a part of the culture, an important part of the culture, in order to move your own agenda. I'm not a follower. So at the end of the day, I look at like, you know, a Floyd who is a friend, or a Cardi who is a friend, and you're friends with Cardi, you know?
Yeah, that's my homie.
You know, now if I write something about Cardi that people may not feel it's popular, I'm only doing it because I'm her friend. Maybe that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just what I woke up and felt that day. You
So
know?
don't you think in the Floyd situation, though, it's like you're kind of going against your own people? Because even if you still want to wear Gucci, don't be so forthright and saying, fuck it, I'm going to wear it. Fuck what y'all talking about.
Well, one thing Floyd told me a long time ago that I actually applied to my business and actually it actually has worked for me is that the bad guy always wins. And when I think about that, I mean, I have a heart and I love people and I'm very compassionate and I want to do good and I want to see a lot of good things happen in the world. But I also have a respect for and appreciation for, you know, creating provocative conversations. I think the more that people tell him something he can't do or shouldn't do, he does it anyway,
Right.
just to keep you talking.
Yeah.
And he's built a career over decades to be successful at that. Now, I will say, what Dapper Dan did, that was, to me, how a leader in our community or in our culture stands up, brings Gucci to the table.
But he got a lot of heat for that,
But
which is crazy.
you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Very true.
But I think Floyd and T.I. is a little deep-rooted. It's a little more than just the Gucci stuff. That comes,
Well, of course.
You know what I mean? So, but it just comes from a whole different angle.
Right, but see, people on Instagram are, you know, Instagram is the fucking devil. Like everybody,
Social media, period.
social media, period. I feel like people who they're just sitting at home ready to attack anybody that they can't reach.
Correct.
They don't understand the lives of a lot of people that are in the public lead, and that's why I think with Hollywood Unlocked, you know, and somebody who's been on a couple shows, who's out there, who knows a lot of people, I do get both sides of it. I do get the compassionate side. Like yesterday, people kept sending us these videos of Nipsey on, you know.
I ain't even open that.
I didn't even
On the
post. I
floor,
told my team,
bleeding,
we're not
crazy.
doing that. We're not doing that. You know, because at the end of the day, Lauren, his family, his fans, people have to see that we don't. You know, we have art.
You got your fair share of controversy, too, because last year you were accused of outing Rashida's son for being gay, but you said you didn't do it, though.
Yeah. Okay. So there's two rules that we have at Hollywood Unlocked. One, we don't out people. There was an incident on Love and Hip Hop where I unfortunately threw a drink on somebody, on a woman, and that came out of
Hazel E.
who I've since apologized to, and we've had our moment, whatever. But that came out of her wanting to out somebody that I was involved with. We don't out people, and we don't attack children. I don't even know where that came from, but I actually called and tracked Rashida down to actually tell her myself that I would never do nothing like that. And I mean, me and Rashida have since talked, so I don't know where that came from.
You think commenting on people's sexuality is off limits?
I think if they're openly gay, no, I don't think so. I think if there are people who are struggling with their sexuality, for me, it's not my job to put it out there.
Yeah, especially in this day and age. Like, I feel like, who cares who somebody is sleeping with? And I hate when people try to weaponize it. You know what I mean? Like, we talk about equality, but then when we find out somebody is gay, like, oh,
Bro,
look, he's gay.
You throw some jokes, too.
Yeah.
What's the Houston Rocket guy that came out?
The Houston Rocket guy that came
The
out.
play with the big dude. I can't think of his name. Plays NFL, huh? Not Jason Collins, man. What's the tall dude you always make fun of, man?
Who?
Tall dude, man. Used to play for the Rockets, then he got traded to
The Rockets.
Huh? Dwight Howard. You went in on Dwight
Well, that
Howard.
was just funny.
See?
I mean, that was.
See?
But
See?
you- but
can't
wait.
show comparison, but
No,
like, that was just funny.
but you know, now I've talked to Dwight Howard since this whole craziness has happened, you know, and you know, Dwight's thing is, you know, he's been targeted by this person that he doesn't know. This person is sent. I've seen like all these messages. And I've said to him, like, I will put the story out if you want to put a story out. Like, let's talk about it, you know, because like I said to him, I think it's important for people, especially like people who are straight, to be able to have sensible conversations when it does pertain to sexuality. Because I've said this, I was just in London. I've said I really feel like the black man is, in my opinion, the least comfortable with having conversations around sexuality. You go to Europe, you're in Spain, you're in London, you're in Paris, people are very fluid with their sexuality, or at least having the conversation. In the U.S., white folks, it's whatever. Black men, nah, it's taboo. Can't have a conversation about it.
When did you feel comfortable start having these conversations and coming out?
Well, when I first did Love and Hip Hop, in my first contract, I told them, you could talk about anything but me being gay. I don't want to talk about that because I want my first introduction to the world on television to be about my business and about me being a businessman. Then my first scene was me throwing a drink, so I fucked that whole plan up. But yeah, the first season I didn't want to talk about that. The second season, you didn't see me dating anybody, because I know the stigma that comes with it. And I will say, having done the show, it was the first time I had ever felt the blowback, no pun intended, of being like gay. Like I couldn't even, because I don't, I'm not flamboyant. I don't, wear a lot of rainbow shit. I don't that's not my thing. But I can imagine people who express themselves freely, the type of discrimination they get, because I felt it. I felt online all the, you faggot, you this, you die homosexual, this and that. I felt it online, and so I had a sense of compassion for what people feel, and I feel like, it was about, 17, 18 that I started to have feelings for another guy. It was one of my best friends, so I had feelings for him, and then it just progressed into sexuality, and after that, I would tell my girl, bitch, it's time to go. I got to go.
You just knew from there?
Yeah.
So you tried pussy before?
Oh, yeah. I was in love when I first messed with the first guy. I was in love with this girl. I'm gonna just put her name. Her name Nikki Hunt. She was trash. And
damn it, man.
And she was a trash bag, but she didn't
Why
really
was she
know.
trash?
She didn't really know.
Jason holds a grudge.
No, she didn't. No, I saw her at Red Lobster when I was in back home, and I just looked at her, and God will save you from. God saved me from catching that bullet. But no, she just really didn't know how to. She didn't really give me the love that I gave her, So it just was one of those things where it just worked out for the best.
Who the hell was you in Red Lobster with? Who fucked you good and took you?
I'm not fucking with you today. No, I was just happy. It was somebody. Don't fuck with me.
Now people think you go too hard on Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Do you think you do?
Okay.
This is gonna be good.
Let me say this, because everybody listens to The Breakfast Club. I don't hate Nicki Minaj. I don't like her now. I don't hate her.
That's not what the Bobs say.
Wait, let me say this. I love Nicki Minaj up to the even with the whole fighting Cardi and all that had nothing to do with me. I didn't care about that. What I had an issue with was when, it became personal, my phone number getting leaked, and then she gave me cocksucker of the month, which, by the way, I wore that like a badge of honor. I was like,
you got the cocksucker of the decade on your shirt.
I know. He definitely deserves the next award.
Goodness gracious.
So I don't hate Nicki Minaj.
So she leaked your number?
Well, what I believe happened is, we all have mutual friends. They have fan pages. All different numbers started getting leaked, and, people were calling or whatever. I don't hate Nicki Minaj. She is a superstar. She's a superstar. She's highly talented. She's important to the culture. She has great music. Looking Ass Nigga is one of my favorite songs. But I just feel like she's never had any competition, and then the minute she got some, she didn't know how to handle it.
I ain't never tell nobody. My number was leaked.
Was it really?
What?
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
1,000,001 Bobs telling me to die.
So y'all know it's Bobs that be hitting y'all?
What?
Yes.
1,000,001 Bobs telling me die slow.
They talk about your family, your kids. You got kids. It's crazy.
Yes.
All hours of the night.
Yes.
It's
morning,
bad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did y'all change your numbers at least?
I changed mine.
I didn't.
Really?
Fuck no.
I
I just got tired of calling?
I just turned that phone off and used the other phone.
Oh, got you.
Yeah.
I almost put your number out there because they were getting me so bad. I was like, I'm gonna put Charlamagne number out there, but
yeah, they put Mariah Lynn's number out, and it became one of those things where I'll say this: her fans make you not like her.
Yes.
That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
it really ain't her because I did give I reached out to her about 2 months ago, Nikki, and I said, give her my number. She can call me directly. She already got it anyway. Clearly, they didn't give it out.
Right.
But she hasn't called, so I don't have an issue.
So y'all think it's her that's actually putting the number out?
I don't know.
Hey, somewhere
All I know
around
is
there.
1,000,001 Bobs that called me.
They could have Nexus Lexus. The
They
Bobs.
ain't that sophisticated. Them little fuckers.
No, but didn't they get you paid? Didn't they get Hollywood Unlocked shut down?
No, and that's the thing. They take credit for everything. So first of all, they took credit for our page being taken down.
Why was it taken down?
So we got into this crazy lawsuit that I can't talk about because I signed off that I can't talk about the details. But we got into this crazy lawsuit, and then they took credit for. They did file 25,000 complaints against our account with Instagram, but we went through all that.
25,000.
25,000 complaints.
Salute to the Bobs, man. God damn, they go hard.
But buy the records. Buy the records. Buy the tickets to the show. Buy her merch.
That is very true.
Fund her career.
Yes.
But figure out how to get her trucks loaded up in London or where the fuck them shows getting canceled. Get her shows on. Don't worry about my Instagram.
It's not gonna be good for you, Jason Lee. You're not making up with the boss.
No, it's okay, man. That's a terrorist group. I'll tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Those motherfuckers, now that I'm in New York, they riding around posting videos looking for Jason Lee. Well,
are they?
Yes. It's a terrorist group.
That's why you got security?
No, I got security because this is just an interesting time right now.
Very interesting time.
It's an interesting time. And, I said, I ain't going to get security because that just it just makes me feel fake. Like, it just, I've seen you out in Beverly Hills, with your wife and having, dinner. I don't go bother people. You two by yourself. I want to be able to move around and do what I want to do. But now it's just
you don't see me like that.
You don't go outside,
ever see
man.
you nowhere.
That's right.
You don't go outside.
Nowhere. I actually
right.
thought about this. I said, Charlamagne don't be nowhere.
You don't go out at all.
I mind my business.
I like to go out. I like to have some fun. Spend some time. I seen you at the table next door. I seen you having dinner or lunch or whatever it was.
Was that the time that he ran into the back? You ran up on somebody working at the restaurant?
No.
Wait a minute. I had just left a meeting. That was the day I broke the Chloe story. I was getting a lot of heat online because people felt like I should have automatically sided with Jordan Woods because she's black. Let me also dispel another thing. I'm not Latino. I'm black and Italian. Motherfuckers be like,
he's not Latino.
He's Dominican.
I'm not Latino either.
Listen,
I
love Dominicans. I love Dominican Republic. I love Mexico. I love everything. I've never hated a group of people just because of who they are. I've never hated a race. I've never hated nobody. I don't
Latino though.
Even the Barbs?
Huh?
Even the Barbs?
Man, fuck them. No, I've never hated. I hate those motherfuckers because they don't like me, But I also know how to play with the internet. I know how to create viral conversations. I did a video the other day. I posted up Cardi in response to the whole issue that she was going through last week, and I threw Nicki in there, not in a bad way, but because I knew it would make that video go viral, and it did. So thank you, Barbs, for working for Hollywood Unlocked. No, what we was talking about?
The guy in the back that you ran up on.
Oh, I was having a lot of stuff coming at me that day, and then somebody called me and said, somebody's in there taking pictures of you and posting your whereabouts online because they trying to get people to get you or whatever. And I said, what? And send me the picture. And I just turned around and he just sitting there looking at me. And I like, bro, you took the picture of me? I don't give a fuck if you take a picture of me. One, take a good picture, but two, you posted my whereabouts, you sent it to blogs, come get him, he's right here. So no, you right here. Let's talk, let's have a conversation. So
I didn't know he actually said come get him.
Yeah, he sent it to a blog. There's this blog that's like following my every move. Anywhere I'm out eating or shopping, people are taking pictures submitted to them and they're posting it where I'm at, saying if you want to get him, come get him, here he is. So
that's a little crazy.
So he just happened to be sitting there, and so I just said to him, I said to him like, are you right here? Well, what's up? And he, then he started acting like a bitch. So
you pressed him.
So I pressed him a little bit, and then I deleted out his phone, and I went about my business. But the Jordan Woods thing, I felt like people thought I was supposed to just take her side because she's black. Mm-hmm. First of all, Jordan Woods is, in my opinion, she's ridden the coattails of white privilege for I don't know how long, living in the backyard with Kylie Jenner, right? So she's been Kylie's backyard bestie. She's had all the benefits of the Kardashian lifestyle. And then you was fucking around with your best friend's sister's baby daddy. Mm-hmm. Or late. Have you ever just seen been somewhere and you know where I'm going?
Yeah.
No. What? Tell me what.
You're not just gonna sit and lay your legs on my leg. Like that doesn't happen.
Nah.
And if anything, as you walking out the door and the wind catches your hair and the light shines on you, he turns you around and kisses you. You don't get in the car and say, "Bitch, you know what this dude just did to me?" None of that happened. So I didn't feel for her. I felt like that was like betrayal. So everybody attacked me for not taking the black woman's side. And shout out to Jada Pinkett. She need to start a crisis PR firm because her ass put a spin on that motherfucker with Red Table Talk.
You didn't like her interview with Red Table Talk?
No, it was very disappointing. It was disappointing because Will and Jada mean a lot to us. Mm-hmm. I love Will and Jada. They're important to the culture. I love everything about them, and I felt like she used her platform to humanize her and to help her become this scorned black woman. But I don't know where she's never posted about Black Lives Matter. She ain't never been to a rally. She never promoted anything black on her channel. So I don't know. It was interesting.
I'm a Pinkett Smith Winfrey knows Carter. I don't know what Jason Lee is talking about Jada, but that's his opinion. He's entitled to it.
No, I love you. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna create a blue table talk. Red table, blue table.
Now you were at the Rock Nation brunch. People were saying that you were trying to get Beyonce's attention, and that made news.
Oh, you know what's so crazy? I will chase Beyonce to the gates of heaven. She's everything.
I heard Amari Hartwell got the confidence to do what he did because of you. He saw you violate Beyonce's space, so he
But
felt
this is the imbalance of social media. Why is it that he's being praised for kissing Beyonce?
Oh no, he's not being praised.
There's a lot of people praising him now.
Hell
He kissed
I
her.
gave him Donkey today this morning.
Did you?
He violated.
He kissed her twice.
2 kisses and a 4-second hug.
Was almost on the mouth.
It was almost on the mouth, and that hug was a little too long.
Ghost might die this season.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Somebody making that phone call.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I was gonna say so. Well, anyway. What were we talking about?
Beyonce Rock Nation Brunch.
Yeah, she wasn't running from me. What happened was I was leaving the brunch. I knew she was coming, but we thought she was coming. The brunch was from 11 to 5. By 4 o'clock, she hadn't showed up. So I was like, fuck it. You can only take so much. Kevin Hart dancing. It was a lot of black excellence going on, but it was a great brunch. So 4 o'clock, she wasn't there, so I said, I'm leaving. So I walked outside. I get to valet and I see Julius. I said, shit, I'm going back inside because Julius here.
I thought they got a real bad re-entry policy.
They weren't letting anybody back in.
Yeah.
I looked at security. I said, listen, you don't understand how important it is for me to go back inside. So I talked to him, and he was like, I was the only person allowed back in the party.
Really?
Because they had cleared the whole hallway. So I went back inside, and
Sure you ain't offering nothing else?
Listen, hard work and dedication, people. Fight for your dreams. Really, I really
Even if you got to hit below the belt.
Pause. Yeah, by any means necessary. But no, so I get back in the party and this guy comes up to me. He goes, hey, man, my name is Indian Teddy Bear. I go, what the fuck is that? And he goes,
Indian Teddy Bear?
On Instagram. I go, what? He goes, yeah, man, you want a picture with Jay-Z? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take a picture. Fuck, I'll get a picture with Jay because whatever, I'm waiting for Beyonce. So
story of Jay's life. That's fucked up.
That's right, yeah. I'll take one. I'll take one. I really want Beyonce, but I'll take Jay.
No, I mean, you know,
go ahead.
You know. Okay, so no, Jay's amazing. So the door opens up. Beyonce comes in. Of course, you know, everybody's filming her, and so she walks up to Jay, and so this guy says, "Okay, we're not going to get the picture." This guy is literally plotting for me. He goes, "We gotta go around on the other side." My big ass runs around the thing waiting for Beyonce to come, and she just happened to come up, and I walked up to her and said, hey, I have to get a picture with you. And she said, of course. Took a picture, you know, fanned out a little bit. He filmed her. He filmed me walking up to her, but he cut it off right so he could take the picture. So I posted the video online thinking, oh, shit, you know, this is how you can see how we made it happen. But they edited at the end, made it look like she was running from me, which she wasn't, but, I mean, whatever.
Damn. So you didn't have no problems approaching her?
No,
yeah.
I don't have a problem going up to anybody. I mean, you know, I remember years ago I was at an event and Prince was standing like 2 people over, and I said, I had been sipping a little bit. I said, oh man, I'm about to like give Prince a high five, and my friend said, do not talk to Prince. He don't like people talk to him. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So I said, hey Prince, what up? And he looked, and I gave him a high five. And see, I mean, that was a moment for me that I could live with for the rest of my life, where your scary ass was sitting on the side telling me not to.
That's how I felt. When they said Prince was in this building one day, I was like, put everything on automation. Let's go see what's happening.
Charlamagne asked the dumbest question ever. Prince is out there. He's with 2 ladies. He got a cape on. He's floating. Instead of saying, I like your music, you know, can you do an interview? The only thing that comes out of Charlamagne's mouth is,
I grew up Jehovah's Witness too.
That's it. Not hello, not hi, not how's it going? I grew up Jehovah's Witness too.
Listen, I met Aaliyah once, and the only thing I could ask her was if her hair was real. That was all I could think of.
That's insulting.
You know,
no, because it said, man, you know.
That's it.
I also asked her if she was dating R. Kelly, but she said no. That was a lie.
What the fuck, Jason?
What's wrong with you?
I was drunk.
I'm
sober. Huh? This was in San Jose. Back in the day, I asked her 3 questions. I asked her if her eye was fake. I asked her if her hair was real, and I asked her if she was dating R. Kelly. That's literally all I could think of at the time.
If her eye was fake.
Because remember she had that swoop across her eyes, so I was like, lift that up. But she smelled really good, by the way. That's all I can remember.
How old are you, Jason?
I'm 41. I'm about to be 42.
I didn't know that. I thought you was in your 30s.
Man, I'm 41.
Good headline.
You know, very, very good
That's
manicurist.
the Latino man.
Now
I'm black.
Okay.
Let's not start a rumor.
Now let's talk about, you said you got sued before.
Yes, I'm getting sued right now.
See, okay, I like this conversation. The reason I like this conversation because I think that we're in an era where a lot of these people think they can do and say what they want.
Yeah.
Based on sources,
and there's no penalty.
Or, you know, people sending them emails, calling them, and they think that they can just say whatever they want with 0 consequences. What do you say to these people?
Okay. The Me Too movement is the new HIV, and let me tell you how. It's spreading like wildfire. Anybody could catch it, and there ain't no cure. And you know the crazy part is, when I looked at like the whole surviving Cardi B and all this craziness online, you want people from the hood and from the culture to come out and perform or rap about it and talk about it, but then it's too real for you to actually get into. So then you start creating these crazy campaigns. I will sue you. There's a lot of things I'll do, some of which I'll tell you after the show, but there's ways of stopping people on social media, you know, and suing them and other things. But anyway.
I'm all for a good defamation lawsuit, by the way.
Yeah, I have no problem suing anybody. There was somebody that tried to come for me, and, you know, I took a break from, I was filming Wild 'N Out in Atlanta. I took a break. I called the police department in their city, filed a complaint, called my attorney, filed a restraining order. Then I was going to sue the person. I mean, then they backed up and retreated and all that because people feel like they could just say whatever they want. And the crazy part is there's this new thing of let me stop bags. Like I'm going to stop their bag or his bag or her bag. Like that's what we, and it's taken the whole Me Too movement, which I thought was an amazing thing for women to be able to advocate for, having respect in the workplace or being able to progress in their career without having men or women take advantage of them. But now it's just turned into some crazy shit where you could literally throw a label on anybody just to try to stop their bags.
A lot of people have weaponized it.
They've weaponized it, and women should be outraged because women or men who have been victims of it, serious victims, should be outraged because now it's like you're taking you're taking this platform away from people that should be helping them. I feel like now you can say whatever you want online and people will listen to it, especially on social media. So there was a tweet from 2011. My homegirl, she tweeted. She said, "I'm in for some date rape." Or she said, I'm looking for some date rape or something.
I wonder if anyone is down for some date rape.
I'm wondering if anyone's down for some date rape. And I retweeted her and said, I'm in. This was in 2011. I'm in. One, I'm going to get a lot of things. Pussy ain't one of them. So you ain't ever got to worry about that because I'm really gay. Like, I'm not kind of gay. I'm not gay on the weekends. I'm gay. Clearly, I'm not down for rape. If somebody told me I'm going to go rape this girl, I'm going to try to talk them out of it, and then I'm going to report them. I have no problem calling the police. My mama was white. She taught me 911 at an early age. I have no problem with that. So, number two, my homegirl made a joke. So now we going back 8 years when people did joke around.
We was retarded back then.
People
like,
can't say retarded now. You can't
you're
say
right.
retarded.
God damn it. See what I'm saying?
But this is the thing.
We was
No.
stupid.
And this is why we need the Breakfast Club. We need Charlamagne. We need me. We need Joe Budden. People who just say whatever they think, whatever needs to be said. Like, I don't feel like overly politicizing my commentary to make you feel comfortable. And they did this whole cancel Jay Lee.
That's the way the world is now, though.
Well, guess what?
Charlamagne don't even use Twitter no more.
Yeah, I don't use Twitter no more just because I'm tired of getting taken out of context. And I'm going to tell you something else. Like, I be seeing old tweets, and I'm like, I really don't know if I don't even know if I posted that or not. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like I can't be held accountable for things that I don't even know if I said.
But this is the crazy thing. Back in the day I said, and my first experience, first of all, I've known Queen Latifah for 26 years. Then here comes Lil' Kim. I ain't never heard nothing like that in my life. I remember getting the hardcore album, this young gay nigga playing this shit in the house. My mom was like, what the fuck is that?
I used to be scared of the dick.
Pause.
Now throw lips to the shit.
Pause.
We're gonna use that. We're gonna use that little soundbite we're using that, but go ahead.
But I mean, I remember listening to that and saying, man, like she transformed rap for just rap period. I've never heard a woman like that ever. And I remember posting early in Twitter, like, Lil' Kim is the queen of hip hop. Then here comes Nicki Minaj. And then I remember saying, like, because we hadn't had a female in hip-hop for a long time, and I'm like, yo, this is amazing. She's this, she's that. When her and Kim got into it, I was just like, yo, like, Kim, stop throwing shade. Nicki, stop throwing shade. Then when Cardi comes, I'm like, it's about time there's room for more than one woman. Right. I'm glad there's a woman that's giving Nicki room for me. They took each of those tweets from different time periods and built a whole story to show how fake I am. I have different moods in different time periods. I have different experiences at different times, but this is why I said, one, I don't tweet anymore either. We hooked my personal Instagram up to Hollywood, Twitter to Hollywood Unlocked, and I just let that be what it is. I don't even care about Twitter. I told my staff, delete all our tweets from fucking 2017 and before, because, it's just, I feel like it's the devil's playground. I post, I go away.
Yeah, and plus everything is out of context, man. And then we were all in different frames of mind. You know how long 10 years ago is? We've been literally on Twitter for over 10 years.
Yeah. Half of these people have not had a job longer than 10 years, have not had a relationship longer than 10 years, and have not lived in the same place longer than 10 years. So I can't sweat.
Does getting sued help stop you from how you report your news?
No. Because I could do a cross complaint. So if you sue me and, like they were suing me for hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I said, well, tell them we're going to sue them for $100 million. Because I can sue for any number I want. And I'm going to sue them for $100 million. One, because they've impeded my relationship with Instagram. They've done blah, blah, blah. And then we were able to find a mutual common ground to settle on. But yeah, I mean.
You ever had to pay somebody?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, lawsuits are real. I mean,
for defamation?
No, never pay for defamation. Sometimes you pay just to get out of the lawsuit. You know what I mean? Like, to deal with you, I'm going to spend so much more money than to just pay this off. Shout out to Michael Jackson. That whole documentary was a mess too.
I still don't believe Michael did anything.
I don't either. I just recently interviewed his niece, Brandy Jackson, and she talked a lot about that. But no, I mean, I'll pay to make something go away if it makes sense. If it's not going to take,
Does the Jussie Smollett situation set back the light-skinned gay movement?
You know what's so crazy? Jussie's nudes leaked. Jussie's nudes leaked years ago, and I remember I saw him. I was like, "Yo, he got a fat ass. I'm gonna slide in his DM." So I slid in his DM, and we ended up chatting a little bit, and I ended up, we only hung out once, whatever. I don't know. I have an issue right now with Jussie and just black celebrities in general, and the NAACP. I posted on my Facebook, "Fuck the NAACP," and I still feel that way.
Why? What'd they do? He just gave Beyonce and Jay-Z 2 awards.
Okay, let's go back to Jussie. I've known Jussie since, he was living in Journey's shadow, right? Talented, young, nice guy, friend, and somebody I was attracted to or whatever. Just didn't work out.
Did you hit?
No, I didn't. I actually went over there, ended up just getting in bed cuddling. It was a weird thing, whatever. But we cool, we friends. So I know, it was some gay shit. So
that's the point.
He had a cat. He had a roommate. It was like a lot going on. I'm allergic to cats.
Gotcha.
Them fucking start sneezing shit. It ain't the most attractive thing in the world. So
Jason is crazy good.
I feel like now that he's made it, because this is what black celebrities do. They fuck with the blogs to get hot. They get hot and they forget who helped them get hot. That's why I fuck with y'all, because I was watching the interview you did with the Jasmine brand, where you were talking about the supporter blogs from the beginning and how you've kept the Karen Civils and the Jasmine brands people coming up here. When they get to the red carpet, the press line where the line of press is lined up, at the top of the press line is all the white press. It's all the white press. The black blogs, the urban media is at the end, and they rush you past them or group them in a group and then put all the mics there and ask them one question to get your little soundbite. So I've said, fuck the NAACP, fuck TV One. I'm not supporting no more of this shit. Omari kissed Beyonce on the mouth, and we really wanted to post that, but we didn't post it because it was at the NAACP Awards. So I posted Beyonce and Jay at the GLAAD Awards, right? Jussie Smollett. So right before this whole thing happened, I reached out to him. I said, "Yo, let's get an interview." Oh yeah, that old funny shit. Okay, now you done got caught up in this shit, whether you did or didn't do it, and now the same media that you were, looking for validation from, try to tear you down.
Yeah.
And now you can't come back here now, because now you're not one of us. You go back over there, keep fucking with the people that was tearing you down when you was at your lowest moment. Now he's gonna learn how this media thing works. And I feel like with the NAACP, with their awards that they just had, they had invited us to be at all these events, nomination events, and we can get access to everybody. Then when it came to the awards, they wanted us to go to a media center while they filled their carpet with white press, because they hired Sunshine and Saks. So Sunshine and Saks and Slater PR, those two PR companies can suck a fat dick, because they get hired by these black companies, BET and TV One and NAACP, to bring us all there to interview our people that are important to us and our community and to our followers, but then want to treat us like second-class citizens or whatever. They want to treat us the same way we did back in the day when black people had to drink out of other fountains. That's how they treat urban media. And so I've had, there was a really prominent black publicist who reached out to me and had a lot of conversations about how they could help me behind the scenes. But that's where, we had created this Black Brands Matter, and I brought some sweaters for you guys. Black Brands Matter sweaters. It's just a hashtag Black Brands Matter, because I said, black people, we're more than just a hashtag. We're more than just people you can invite and put in the corner or put at the end of a press line, because we are important to the culture. People are not going to the Hollywood Reporter to hear what Omari Hardwick is doing every day. They're going to 3 platforms for the most part.
Shade Room, Baller Alert, Hollywood Unlocked at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially on Instagram.
Yeah, for the most part.
Jasmine brand is up there.
Jasmine brand. I mean, Gossip. I mean, there's a lot of
Gossip in the City.
Yeah, there's a lot of us out there that are doing the work, talking about the people that are important to our community and our culture. But the black celebrities are quick to say, oh, the blogs are shady or the blogs are this and that. There's not one interview I've ever done where anybody is left feeling like I ambushed them or attacked them or made them feel less than respected. Even when Boot Gang came up there and pulled a gun on us, we calmed them down to put the gun away, and we finished the interview, which was the dumbest shit. We probably should have ended the interview, but we've never had a bad experience, and so I find it just interesting how they're quick to be dismissive of urban media because of, I don't know, whatever thing is going on in their mind about what we represent.
Now, what happened with Machine Gun Melly, Melissa Ford? Wasn't she part of Hollywood Unlocked?
Well, she got in that bad car accident. Gotcha. So she was out for like 6 months. And so we were talking about her coming back, and we would meet up. And, she had the physical injuries were healing. The mental challenges with the experience were a little bit more challenging. So she needed more time. And that's really what that was.
Gotcha. Now,
we still talk, though.
A lot of people say that Jason Lee is an opportunist.
Yeah, I am. I am an opportunist. Everybody who is alive should be an opportunist. If you see an opportunity, you go for it. And if you don't have a seat at the table, you create your own table. But I think that the word opportunist, it all goes down to intention. If your intention is I'm going to be friends with Charlamagne so I can get on iHeart, well, that's a little different situation. I'm not that type of opportunist because, honestly, I don't go to parties that much. I don't hang out with people for the sake of. I'm friends with Cardi B because I love Cardi B. I loved her when she was on Instagram, before she was on TV and music. And even though I've known you for all these years, I don't call you every week with stuff or can I do this or can you get me that or I have asked you a few times to get up here because this is important. This is an important part of my journey to be here because this to me is more important than talking to Billboard or talking to some of these other outlets because this is where the culture lives. But yeah, I'm an opportunist. I'm not afraid to say that, but I'm not. I don't need to be friends with people to get on because I work hard. I'm smart. I'm very well connected, and I know how to make money.
Now, what's next for Jason Lee?
So we just launched. So a lot of new artists would hit me up and say, can you help me with this or can you help me with that? So we launched the agency side of Hollywood Unlocked is HUA. It's the Hollywood Unlocked agency. So on you go to huagency.com. So now we're helping with social media campaigns, influencer marketing, PR, and also like product integration. And then now we're looking at the events and festival side. So, they done fucked it up with the festival stuff. So we've delayed that for another year. But, we're looking at just continuing to expand the company and grow.
Does Bow Wow still hate you?
Nah, Bow Wow came on my show. I don't even
Hollywood
know.
Unlocked?
Yeah, he came on.
I missed that one.
Yeah, he came on. We didn't go back. We didn't revert to that last interview when all that happened. I remember I was asleep and Charlamagne called and said, yeah, man, it's all over. The interview we did with the funeral was all over the blogs because he was mad at me, but nah, you cool now.
All right.
Well, thank you for joining us, sir.
Jason Lee.
Thank you for having me.
All right,
give me all your
Jason
Twitters
Lee.
and all that.
Hollywood Unlocked. Give me all the information if they ain't got it.
Yeah, you can, all my personal information, The Only Jason Lee and Hollywood Unlocked at Hollywood Unlocked.
All right, it's The Breakfast Club. It's Jason Lee.